friends and neighbors, friendly neighborhood gearman dude right here. It's pedalboard building season, of course, and I'm going to try to unzip this. I'm going to take my main gigging board, which is a Pedaltrain, what is this? PT Junior, I think. Anyway, I want to add a couple of things to it because I'm always putting off to the side of this board, this super trim, full tone, the Mission Active volume pedal. They just kind of sit off to the side of the board. So I thought, what the heck? Let's just put a bigger board together. So I'm going to take all my good favorite stuff here and I'm going to put it into, this! The Pedaltrain Fly. Yes, PT Fly. So let's start, shall we? We shall. What all are we going to use? I might try to get my H9 Max and this one control Gecko. What is it called? It's called a Gecko Mark II to control the H9. We might get that on there. I've been using this Vertex Boost a lot. It's just a total magic box. Even when it's not on, I might even mount it to the underside of the board just to be sassy. And yeah, the Powertrain 1250 from Pedaltrain as well. And I got a custom order of cables from Covenant Cables. Contact them, tell them what size you want. They make them for you, all right? Oh, you can't see that, it doesn't matter. Anyway, they make them for you. This is all Mogami cable and pancake ends, a bunch of sizes that I requested that should work well with this setup. So, shall we? We shall. First thing we need to do is what? Get the Velcro on the board. Yep. Don't worry, I'll fast forward occasionally. You won't have to watch every inch and every moment. Oh, snap! Look at that! It's white! Ha! I didn't even know that. I thought it was going to be black. The good folks at Pedaltrain, they've been very good to me for many years, and wow. Thanks, guys. Isn't this just sharp? Ha! Love it. Hey, look, zipper. Okay, I'm not gonna need that for a while. Oh gosh, it almost seems a shame to cover it in black Velcro. But, you know, of course we're going to. Oh! Oh, look at that. Another cable. This is Divine Noise. White cable. We like that too. Let's see here. I believe I may have shown you before, but the Gearman Dude Velcro method is world famous and world renowned for being awesome and perfect because, well, I'm awesome and as close to perfect as you'll ever find. Not. Yep. So I just kind of eyeball it because I'm not perfect actually, and nothing. Yeah. I'm still just overjoyed with this being white. It's badass. Totally badass. So, the Gearman Dude Velcro method, if you've never seen it before, this is pure genius. So you take, I don't know, that much, 4 inches or so, line it up straight, pretty straight, and then, see what I've done here? I'm just holding this little piece of tape. I want to pull that away as I roll out the barrel. That's right. Just like that. Can you dig it? I can dig it. see, I already messed up. First thing I should have done was mount the power. That's right. But that's all right. We can improvise. Not worried. Are you? Don't worry. We can still do it. They do send you a little mounting template, which is nice, or template if you're across the pond, but over here we say template. It does come with good instructions, which of course we don't use because we like to take chances. So the first thing you got to do with the Powertrain is take these feet off. That is the side we're going to mount. Take the feet and put them there. It comes with extra screws, longer screws that are long enough to mount through the plate. Yes, and here they are right here. They're even labeled for mounting. You also get like extra fuses and a gazillion cables, which is cool. Yeah, we're gonna need all of those for sure. Alright, so I taped my template right here, and I'm just gonna hit all those holes. And see, this time I didn't drill into my floor like previous pedal builds. It's still okay if you do drill into your floor. It's your floor. So where our feet were on the Powertrain, now we're going to use these mounting screws and screw it in. Yeah. So I got him all mounted nice and neat. He's under here, right where he wants to be. Some things I've thought about doing for this board. I was actually thinking about putting my Vertex boost underneath, because I don't actually use it as a boost, but just as a buffer. Having it in the signal is just so cool. Haven't quite figured it out though. I'm gonna go back to that. I'm not sure. If there's plenty of space on top, then we'll put it on top. I haven't completely figured out how I want to lay it out. I know that I like my wah first. Some of you don't. That's okay. You don't have to. But I do. So I know he's gonna go there. That much I know. And my dirt box is going to go next. This is the JHS Sweet Tea. It's a combination of their Angry Charlie and their Moonshine, I believe. Whatever it is, it's the greatest all-purpose box for me. Okay, for me it is. I love it. You should check it. So he's going to go there. I'm thinking instead of the Super Trim and the Context, which is Red Panda Reverb, I don't really use either of them except like on a song or two. So maybe to maximize my real estate, we use the Strymon Flint, which has Verb and Tremolo on it already. I'm probably going to put my volume pedal last because I don't really do swells. If you do a lot of swells, you might want it first. But what I use it for mainly is when the sound man is like, you know, turn it down, dude. I'm like, okay, no problem. And then I just do this a little tiny bit. And then when he's not looking, I just step right back on it. Yep, that's how it rolls. That's how I do it. Fuzz Factory 7, just such a freaking awesome fuzz pedal. I know they're really expensive, but guess what? They're really freaking awesome. So, you know, sometimes you get what you pay for. So he goes in, a tuner and a delay. They can go far away. I've already run out of room, so I may not be able to utilize the H9, which I thought would be fun to have on this board. But it doesn't really have to be close. Let's keep thinking here. The tuner, he can go very far away, like maybe there. The flint, he can go far away. So the eventide could go there, theoretically. In theory, that is. But I would need to put this gecko somewhere. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, man, this is getting boring. He doesn't even know what he wants to do yet. Well, hey, turn it off. Ha! Just kidding. I'm glad you're here with me while I work it out. This is made by One Control, and it would bank up and down anything that I set up with the eventide. So that's kind of what I got going on there. But it's going to have to be reachable for me, as is the fuzz. The volume could go up here in order to get this guy down here. We're figuring it out. Got to be able to turn on the delay. Still thinking. I think, truth be told, I'm probably not even going to use that H9 enough to warrant the real estate on the board. But I want to use it, but I'm not gonna. So it's gonna go for now. We may come back to it. So we still have the boost to put on there, and it could go underneath. It might be kind of fun to have it out in the open. I gotta keep on moving, yeah. Looking for some. All right, so made a couple of changes, and I'm just still kind of getting the layout together, but I think I'm kind of happy with this. I added the Basic Audio Scarab Deluxe fuzz so that I could have kind of tone bendery fuzz as well as super duper, you know, kryptonite fuzz to pick from. Always a good thing to have options. And the boost, I want the boost in the circuit so bad. So I'm going to go ahead and mount it on the top. I may move it underneath eventually, but I'm going to try a couple of gigs and see if I'm tempted to actually step on it, which most likely I will be. So let's keep it up here. The Mission is still going to be last in the chain, but in order to kind of get my cables the way I want it, I moved it over here. It won't matter as long as I have cables to go there. I've started running a few of the cables. Again, Covenant cables put these custom together for me. And they're just beautiful. I mean, look, they're black on this side, chrome, they're soldered, you know, good stuff. So I'm going to keep running wires here. I do think that the boost is going to be the last thing as well, probably before the volume pedal. I don't know, it's an experiment, I guess. boards is the slats. That's right, we like the slats because you can kind of hide everything. And again, I don't use the Mission that much, so it doesn't really matter where it is, as long as it's last, so everything goes into it. Okay, what else am I doing here? We've got to go from the delay to the boost. So how do we want to do that? I don't know if we'll be able to utilize slat technology. But we might. Let's try. Yeah, we can utilize slat technology. Oh gosh, we're keeping it nice and clean and neat and gear page worthy. Oh jeez, he's got a battery in it. Let's take it out. Anything we can do to lighten the load. You may think one battery doesn't make a difference, and guess what? You're right. But I'm taking it out anyway, because I can use that for something else, right? Right. So my input's going to go here, my white coily cable of death that goes to the amp of life. It's going to go there. No worries, we drop that under, bring it over here. Okay, let's stick some of these suckers down. What am I going to do with that Velcro? There she is. We'll do what? The vertex. I'm telling you, this vertex boost is really the poop. Really the poop. If you want the best, the cleanest, this is it. I've tried them all. I love them all, but I love this one more. Okay. I'm not so sold on that Velcro. It'll be fine, right? Right. Okay. Strum on. Let's get him. Strymon pedals are really so choice. They're so choice they make you want to use the word choice. You remember back in the day when we all used to say stuff was choice? Those were good times, man. Good times in the 80s. Now we say things are prime. And prime's a good word. He's Velcroed. We're all nice and tight except for this guy. We're going to have to take the feet off so that we can slather him with Velcro. So we'll yank those guys. See you later. See you later. Any batteries in here? There is. My gosh. Everything's got batteries in it. Boy. Battery gone. We need to take this plastic off the bottom so that the Velcro will stick. And get the screws out of the rubber feet. I used my special rubber feet screw pusher outer. Some people call it the floor, but I call it the rubber feet pusher outer. And I've got it all over my house. Floors everywhere. We're going to put these guys in. Alright, how much Velcro do we put on it? A lot. Because it's heavy. Sometimes the stagehands that carry the gear, who I absolutely appreciate, it can be a little rough with your stuff. It's good to know that your stuff is glued down nice and tight. So, how are we doing here? I think on my next pedalboard build that is, sorry. My next one, I'm going to bring in a garbage can, and I'm going to bring back out of retirement the vacuum cleaner. So, mental note, people. Garbage can, vacuum cleaner. Both good things to have for pedalboard building time. Okay, here's that. Now, if this was this old house or New Yankee Workshop, I mean, those guys with their freaking dado bits and, you know, everything's so perfect. Like they measure it out. We don't do any of that. Why? It's rock and roll, man. It ain't supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to be imperfect. And when it comes to me, it generally is. Ha! All right, so he's glued up nice and good and tight and sweet. And he's gonna go right above the sweet tea, speaking of sweet. Like such. Nope, he's not gonna go there because I can't get to the power supply for the sweet tea. He's gonna go up a little bit. Yep, right about there. Yeah! Probably just broke it. It's all right. It's got a warranty, I'm sure. What did I get in my hand? Little piece of metal. Ah! Got a little piece of metal in my hand. No sooner did I say I needed a damn... Oh, yeah, it's out. Vacuum cleaner. Then I get a piece of metal shaving right in the hand. Hopefully my tetanus shot is up to date. Okay. Now what do? I think we run the power. Did I Velcro everything? Yep. 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 Okay. Power cables. The Powertrain comes with a bunch of them. Plenty. So we'll start running them. Got everything wired. Chain of command is guitar into the wah, into the sweet tea from JHS. The Fuzz Factory 7 is next, and the Scarab is after that. Now, from the Scarab, instead of going to the Vertex, we don't. The Vertex, I like to put a T at the end of things that don't have T's at the end, apparently. The Vertex, I keep him last, because he's got that super sweet buffer that you want to just give it to your amp, you know, like that. So, instead, I'm going from this guy here. Where did I go with him? I think I went up here to the tuner, which also has a buffer. There's buffers in lots of these things, but you know, to the tuner, from the tuner, hello, into the Strymon. From the Strymon, hello, into the delay. Boss DD5, love it. Why? It works. It sounds good. Live, I like, you know, something that just works, and this just works. I'm going from here all the way back to, oh wait, no I didn't. I went to the Vertex slab right there. Vertex, and then to the Mission. Out of the Mission to the amp, generally, you know, a Dr. Z Maz 18 is what I use a whole lot, but also sometimes I'll take a Z-Rec or even the Antidote rig if I can really crank it up. It doesn't matter, I just take other stuff. Sometimes I use a Marshall and a 412 if I'm in a big venue that they, you know, let men be men and bands be rockin'. Okay, so all that's left is to clean up this mess underneath. Oh, look at this. It's just gross. But we can do it. Mainly things like zip ties, tape, all of those things will be used to clean up this mess. I'm not going to do it on camera because it's, you know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to run it all, tuck it underneath the rails. Maybe I'll show you a close-up here when I'm done. Thanks for checking it out. Sorry it took so long. I just wasn't prepared. I said, you know what? I'm going to sit down and build a board on camera. And then as soon as I started doing it, I thought, wow, I probably should have put a little bit of thought into this. But I didn't, and that's okay. Once again, the theme for the day, it's only rock and roll, man. Yeah.